A family's fight to get their baby back has the attention of the medical community and the court system in one Minnesota county.
We have as a court order, though, saying that for now the child's going to be placed in protective custody. I know it's hard, but
it's not hard, it's stupid.
A camera rolled as Rico was taken from his home 6 weeks ago. The 3-month-old boy has HIV. Court documents say Mower County got involved after his parents missed a medical appointment. But to better understand this story, WCCO's Liz Collin explains why you need to hear what happened more than 20 years ago.
Yeah, he doesn't look like this at all anymore.
At the home of any new baby, it doesn't take long for the talk to turn in that direction.
So that's right after birth then?
Only at the Nagels in Brownsdale, Minnesota, little Rico isn't able to hear any of it.
So it just really hurt. And for 2 months, he hasn't been here.
For the last 6 weeks, Lindsay and John have made the 45-minute drive to and from Rochester each day, where Rico remains in a hospital room.
Hello, Rico.
Their son in the middle of a court fight centered around his care.
Good morning.
It's basically those kids had that child removed because of what Cheryl and I think.
That thinking is strong after what Lindsay's parents have seen. Adopted from Romania as a baby, their only child seemed to be healthy until tests in the U.S. would later deliver an HIV diagnosis. And even more terrible news, even if their daughter got on medication.
He told us that Lindsay would only have a 20% chance to live to be 2 years old.
They immediately started her on a then fairly new antiretroviral drug, the first government-approved treatment for HIV. Month after month, they watched Lindsay struggle to eat, lose weight, and constantly cry out in pain, until 2 years later when they decided to stop.
Even sooner than a few weeks, we had a normal child back again.
Of a dozen kids with HIV in the state at that time, medical reports indicate Lindsay is the only one still here.
We have a child that's 22 years old. All the rest of the little kids are gone. So what do you expect us to think?
This past December, they were ready for life's next chapter, welcoming a grandson into the world. Lindsay says after Rico's birth, doctors and social workers told her he needed to get on the same medication she'd been on as a baby. After some initial resistance, the family agreed after they were told Rico would be taken from them if they didn't comply.
And the man said, yes, I'll stop the paperwork.
Oh, that's cute.
After overcoming a few medical setbacks, Rico came home a month later, where he stayed for just 1 week.
We have as a court order, though, saying that for now the child's going to be placed in protective custody.
No one from Mower County would talk on camera, but court documents suggest the problem centers around 2 canceled doctor's visits and a trip out of state. Instead of going to what was supposed to be nutritional appointments, the Nagels admit they were planning to drive to Seattle to meet with another doctor to get a second opinion on Rico's HIV diagnosis. The family decided to turn around in North Dakota and head home. Doctors confirmed that Rico remained on his medication the entire time, but the county took the baby the next day.
Well, what are you going to do for 72 hours when I'm breastfeeding him?
Within hours, Rico's foster family had to take him to the emergency room when he wouldn't take a bottle.
This stack of papers right here is everything that's been done to that little kid, not since he was born, but since the county took him and he was readmitted.
The feeding tube doctors first put in caused an infection.
This is all the pokes, the prods, the x-rays, the ultrasounds, the 4 blood transfusions.
Those are things that didn't need to be done.
John and Lindsay are now allowed to spend an unlimited amount of time with their son, even though they are still not his legal guardians. So at home, they will continue to share their memories of Rico.
We all want Rico to come home.
With the hope he will be allowed back to make more.
Liz says a judge could decide on April 1st if Rico's parents will regain custody of him. The family told her the ordeal has cost them $50,000 so far. You can follow Rico's story online. We've put a link at WCCO.com/links.